Hey there folks, welcome back to what I hope will be the last video of Let's Play Romance of Three Kingdoms 13 Hero Mode, the Wargod Under Siege. We have an army of 57,000 marching towards Xiangyang, where Mi Fang, Fu Shiren, and Lu Jun are waiting for us. But if we can defeat them, having already dealt with the reinforcements from Wei and the various armies of Wu, we should have secured a path back to Shu, although neither the terms Wei, Wu, or Shu are strictly accurate right now. Really, we fought off the forces loyal to Cao Cao and the forces of the Riverlands, and are trying to make our way back to the valleys of Bashu. Guan Yu against Mi Fang. I will control the battle personally. It does appear that we have the troop advantage, so maybe Lu Jun won't get involved. Anyway, so the fact that I've got a save game where I can come back and try this again considerably decreases how much pressure I feel, but I don't feel like we need to desperately rush this. We've got time. I'm gonna let Guan Suo attack one of these camps. And I think everyone else can just kind of head over here. They don't have a lot of siege defenses over here, so it feels like we could break this gate. But I don't want to pull everyone off of my main camp because I feel like I don't know where they want to go. Oh well, they're gonna line up on the walls. It looks like. Well, Guan Yu has a siege ladder that we could set up. Can't set it up, what, because of the forest? That's probably what it is. You can't set it up in the forest. He wants to set up a siege tower. Maybe I'll set up some siege towers over here to fuck with them. Because that was an interesting little tactic they used against me. This was not part of the tactics that I was shown by the guy who knew what he was doing. It's just something that seems kind of interesting. I never got to play with siege towers at any other point in the LP. Having not really figured out how siege ladders even work until getting to here. Yeah, Lu Jun's here, so should have known. They may actually want to come through an attack now rather than just hanging out on the walls. Yeah, I think they're just gonna kind of hang out and I'll just let them do as much damage as they're gonna do. Oh, did you run into an issue with his siege tower was where, is in the way? That might be what happened. Yeah, I just wanted to use them. I never got to use them before. If they come out and actually fight us outside the walls, we have to use our standard gather everyone together and charge them tactics. Oh, you are attacking. It's just you're doing it really slow. Got you. So let's all gather together so that when they do get here, we're tightly packed. So we're just going to kind of pick away at these guys using our siege towers, which is kind of fun. Pick away at the defenses. That'll give me some place to put up siege ladders if I don't feel like just charging a base. Which I think is what the guy who's LP of this I watched did. He just eventually got a base to the point where he could a gate. He'd beaten enough troops that he could just have his guys beat on a gate without using any siege weapons at all. But it looks like these these main units are coming. 30,000 troops right there. That'll be devastating when we finally get around to charging them. Oh, but they're switching directions up on us. Are you not in range to attack anything? I guess it's not. So this siege tower is actually doing stuff. The other two are apparently just out of range. I was hoping this one could attack that thing, but at least it, they defeated the archers that were on the wall. You guys, it's time to come over here. Leave Kangje alone. Get over here and join into this glorious attack we're about to launch on these guys. A whole bunch of archers that decided to stroll outside of the lines. These are the two, Fu Shiren and Mi Fang. These are the traitors who turned over the city to Wu. So let's get a little revenge. Oh, and his sister is there to help out. Misinformed disturbance right in the middle of the charge. I don't know if that'll stop them from charging. Maybe it did for some of them. Got guys on the walls who can't possibly be helping out. Well, let's see if we can destroy Zhuge Jin. Charge is still going, so I can't or it's not going, but I still can't order anyone around. Uh-oh, Lu Jun's coming. He's going to attack that siege tower because it's pissing him off. I know it pissed me off to know that it's a siege tower out there messing with your plans. This is the end, beautiful friend, the end. Well, I mean, if those siege towers do nothing but distract Lu Jun, they've actually been pretty helpful. You would betray honor and betray Shu to its enemies? You would die. Hey, he backed off. He didn't actually finish off the siege tower, which is still shooting away at those at that gate. Chipping away. Uh-oh. This is bad. Now I got Lu Jun on the wall shooting at our dudes, but we kind of want to be fighting right here because this is where we've got them encircled. I want to destroy Zhuge Jin. Again, gotta be careful of Guan Yu's personal unit. It getting wiped out is bad news. So we can encircle this guy. Here's a guy riding through the middle of these siege towers. That's not going to work out that well for him. Misinformed panic. Great. I hate that tactic. So this might be a close fight, but I think we're going to win it. Alright, Guan Suo, why don't you set up a battering ram? Really fuck these guys up. And Lu Jun doesn't seem to care about the battering ram. He's letting it go and going after Guan Suo, trying to protect Zhuge Jin, the younger brother of Zhuge Liang. True story. We've already established that when we defeat him, we're going to get some kind of bonus. So that's cool. So I don't really know what that does, other than deeds for somebody. You guys are just not... I guess you got confused and then never picked it back up again, but... Vanguard 1. So the two traitors who got themselves trapped outside the city, Lu Jun turtles on the inside and lets those people who gave up their honor to join his force die. Oh, Lu Jun. I guess you didn't really consider them true warriors of Wu anyway. I mean, how could you? Oh, you know what? This is going slower than usual because I slowed it down more than I meant to. So they're finally going to try to do something about those battering rams. Lu Jun comes out after us. He's toast. Rushing into the enemy fortress seems to have failed. So there won't be too much resistance in the fortress by the time we get there now. That is the end. He is certainly going to be executed. He surrendered a city to the enemy. He did not resist at all. He just surrendered as soon as we attacked. So definitely that guy gonna get executed. Don't know how much faster this setting up the battering rams and stuff even makes it. I guess we're all just cramming through the middle. Who's got a useful tech? Oh, I can't use that right now. Yeah, I might as well use Vanguard. He just has attack command again, so I'll go with morale boost. Well, that's just for him? Oh, that sucked. Didn't realize that was just him boosting his own morale. Well, I've got until October, so... Well, you know what, Guan Yu, you could, if you're bored, you could set up a, siege tower right here. Siege ladder, rather, because it's hard for you to actually get in. Yeah, I mean, you can't really tell what's going on. There's just all these dudes fighting right in that gate. This is sort of where you tend to start taking a lot of damage because you're just jammed in there and no ability to take advantage of any kind of superior numbers or maneuvering or anything like that. Alright, Lu Jun, you're kind of cornered a little bit. I suppose in theory you could head all the way around in a loop and escape, but I'm going to try to get some cavalry up here to stop you from doing that. Well, Guan Yu just beats up on castle defenses that don't really matter anymore. No, Guan Yu, the true glory lies in defeating these things. It's like, I got it, brothers and sister. Truffaut, the French director. Yeah, you're kind of fucked now, Lu Jun. You just kind of got stuck on the stairs a little bit. Hold the line. Guan Ping and Lu Jun have become a duel. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. What? I'd not expected this. Wouldn't you prefer Sexy 69? Oh man. No matter how my foe comes to me, I must focus on defense. Well, she doesn't have unique artwork, but I was hoping we'd get to see her. There we go. Generic, but green-colored. Come on, Guan Ping, don't fail now. You've got enough spirit to go for a super attack. You got to do that once, right? There we go. I'd love to like actually have her knock him out outright. This is so much fun. Guan Yu's daughter doing battle with Lu Jun and kicking his ass. It was a piece of cake. Carrot cake, my favorite. That's not even a real cake. What the fuck, Guan Ping? Just hated seeing that tactical point's not getting used. Oh man, I didn't realize there's a whole other gate you got to get through. Ooh, this is going to be a bigger pain in the ass than I thought. Well, we already used up our all of our siege towers and shit, so that probably wasn't that smart. I'm sure somebody else has a siege ladder though. Yeah, Guan Ping has a siege ladder. Ma Liang has a siege ladder, and we got another battering ram, so we should be alright. Wow, Guan Ping actually managed to get up the stairs. I don't think he'll do it in time to get whatever the bonus is, but we might as well destroy this last camp. I didn't really rush too much with this fight. I'm just kind of enjoying the end of successful hero mode here. But we should have this easily. I don't think we'll run out of food or anything like that. We've got enough time left. Zhuji and Lu Dai are the last. Zhuji is coming out. Maybe Lu Dai will spare us the trouble of breaking through that base, but I doubt it. Maybe you think you can beat the Wargod, is that what you think? Punk. Yeah. Yeah. Thank goodness for learning about the craziness of the... and Guan Ping's not the only one who has it. We've even got another guy in our army. This guy here has it. The attack command... No. His is different. The advance command, yeah. I guess I didn't realize how powerful charge is. I need to be using that more often. There's other things that grant you charge. Usually, various things seem to grant you cleave, but charge is a big one. Yeah, I mean, I've known for a while we were going to win this game. Thank you for the music, keeping up with it. Oh, I really... What the hell's going on with the controls? I was trying to do the click and drag, and I guess I'd accidentally selected a unit and got it very thrown off. Okay, let's get some siege ladders going. I know I had more than one person who had them. You've actually got a battering ram. This is it, folks. This is great. Guan Yu is not gonna die. Oh yeah, Mr. Vanguard's got it. And then real quick before he even does that, we'll use Vanguard. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. Guan Yu's gonna live, which means that Liu Bei will hopefully be able to forgive Wu for attacking. Because his brother didn't get killed, so he's not that upset. Liu dies, just kind of hiding. And now he's finally going to go try to stop her from setting up the ladder. It's turned into a Money in the Bank match here. This poor guy doesn't know what to do. He's got ladders being set up everywhere. Now he's heading back to his headquarters, which I guess makes sense, but... Wargod, take this guy out before he gets into that base and makes it take longer. We're not going to get to. Well, no, I guess he's not actually going all the way into his own base. He's just giving it up. It's probably wise. I mean, he was just delaying the inevitable. Oh, he set us on fire before he died, so that was pretty cool. I mean, that's one way to go out. I'm literally playing with fire. It's a fire attack, literally. Sorry, folks. Dynasty Warriors Extreme Legends Destiny mode. Seems I'm ranked first and carries to victory. Of course, I'm that good. You teach me your inside talent. Hey, Guan Ping didn't make it this time. It was a different set of Guans. Guan Ping has been really impressive, actually. Everyone did well. It's do some future. What future, Daddy? Liu Bei army has conquered Jiangyang. This is a huge victory for Shu, and surely is a prelude to Shu taking over the land. Would I like to move my officers? No, because this actually just ended. That was the final battle of the Hero. Is it over? Reporting, Lu Meng's ambushes have surrounded us. Our allies have lost their will to fight and are surrendering one after another. Wait, what? Now? After all JG is done? Now? After everything JG did, plus all the strategies he got from that YouTube guy whose name he's temporarily forgotten. Oh, damn, now I feel bad. What's his name? Lostra channel. Lostra channel. Hi guys. Sorry, I'm flashing back to an Australian Let's Player I used to watch a long time ago. Hi guys. Lords Guan Ping and Zhou Kang have both disappeared in the chaos of battle, as have other leaders.
You have done well. Rest.
Lord Guan Yu, save yourself. Please run.
Lu Meng and Lu Jun, utterly outclassed. There is no way of getting through the enemy blockade, not now. Should I surrender, I may keep my life, yet if only Zhang Liao were here to counsel me on good reasons to surrender. But he's not, so I'm gonna die this time.
If you know the novel, you know what I'm talking about.
Brother, I am no longer the only one to protect you. You have Zhuge Liang, and luckily, Guan Jing. Lu Meng's forces, so they're here to ask for my surrender directly. But at the end of it all, I am Guan Yu. I am no man but Guan Yu, and I will be Guan Yu until the very end. For there is only one Washington, and there is only one Lincoln, and there is only one Popeye. I'm Popeye.
Damn it, Boba, why aren't you watching Hero Modes? I mean, anybody could recognize that reference to an old Popeye the Sailor Man cartoon. He's just the only one that I would think would. And so...
I, Guan Yu, shall be righteous to the end.
And later, Ieyasu said, no one remembers the name of the man who killed Guan Yu, and yet...
Guan Yu 大人，你已经无路可逃了，痛快的投降吧。你是举世无双的名将，命丧于此，实在可惜。
Actually, Guan Ping did most of the work, but
国主只求世间安宁，为了天下百姓，请助我们一臂之力吧。我拒绝。能指引天下百姓之人，唯有我的兄长刘玄德。
That's right, motherfucker. Yeah, I wouldn't have picked him as the one who would drop the ball on the vow thing.
没办法了，冲啊！大哥，义德，永别了。
自从在黄巾起义时举兵以来，关羽久经沙场，名震天下的一代名将，在此消亡了。他的一生波澜起伏，恪守忠义，深入人心。
The god of
最终
commerce.
被奉为战神，受人敬仰。
Look it up. He's the god of commerce. It's weird. Well, we might as well knock out the next cinematics after this, too. Guan Yu falls. He walked a clean, admired, and prodigious path. Guan Yu would be recognized as one of the three greats of his era, famed for his loyalty. Huh, I wonder who the other two are. Zhuge Liang, and I guess Liu Bei. His death brought about the rage of his brother-in-law. His sworn brother! They're not brothers-in-law! That means something specific that they are not! Anyway, it's his brother-in-law, Liu Bei, calling for another battle, and the deaths of many heroes with it. And indeed, that is very much what happens. Through the efforts of leaders like Wei Yan, Wang Zhang, Pang Tong, and Zhang Fei, Liu Bei gained the fertile valleys of Bashu from Liu Zhang, and established the foothold from which he could potentially have built up the power to reunify China under the banner of the Imperial Han. But Guan Yu's death at the hands of Wu, and not Wei, turns Liu Bei away from the path that Zhuge Liang had tried to lay out, where he and the Sun clan would work together to defeat Wei, or Cao Cao, rather. Zhuge Liang always knew that there would have to be a reckoning between Liu Bei and Sun Quan, but he'd hoped that they could defeat Cao Cao first, and that through his strategies, much as he'd done when fighting with Cao Cao over the areas that he took and gave to Guan Yu, that he would be able to turn Wu's military victories to Shu's greater overall long-term advantage. But Zhuge Liang's plans are dashed by the death of Guan Yu. Liu Bei becomes uncontrollable at this point. Not that, Zhuge Liang wasn't like trying to manipulate Liu Bei all that much or anything. It's just that he could no longer counsel him. Liu Bei lived for nothing but to avenge the death of his brothers, because of course Shang Fei would die shortly after, betrayed by his own men because he was flying into violent rages in his efforts to avenge Guan Yu. So his own men turned against him and fled to Wu. So with the death of Guan Yu, the chain of events is triggered, which leads Liu Bei to turn his back on restoring the Han and fight only to avenge the deaths of his brothers, which leads to Liu Bei's death, and ultimately Liu Bei's heir is an incompetent, and the kingdom of Shu will fall once the great heroes of the three sworn brothers have all passed away. So it's kind of sad. We see the high point, the high tide of Shu and the beginning of Shu's end are only a few years apart. But I'm glad that we got a chance to play as both of the sworn brothers, other than Liu Bei, who, oddly enough, we only play at the very, very beginning, and it's just simply a tutorial on how the game actually works. Surprising for the main character of the novel to be relegated to that role, but it does make a certain amount of sense. So now, let's wrap up this video and this hero mode. We'll be starting up next time with hero mode starring Lu Jun, which I can only assume is about Lu Jun. I believe Lu Meng is... That's right, Lu Meng dies. According to the novel, he's possessed by the vengeful ghost of Guan Yu, which kills him. But, in real life, Lu Meng had illness, and then in the novel, it's like, oh no, wait, his illness was all a trick. And actually, he was just using it to lure Guan Yu into a false sense of security. And then when he dies a few weeks after Guan Yu's death, it's attributed to Guan Yu's vengeful ghost. Well, actual history is, I think, more likely to tell us that Lu Meng actually was sick and that he died of the illness that he had while planning the fall of Guan Yu. Which is why young Lu Jun takes over, and he's the one who has to defend his kingdom against the vengeful counterattacks of Liu Bei. That'll be next time. For now, let's check out the fall of the Imperial Han. Less than a year after Guan Yu's death.
关羽死后不久，曹操也离开了人世。这些英雄非比寻常，堪称旷世豪杰。曹丕继承了曹操之位，他比曹操更加冷酷无情。他驱逐了兄弟，也不把汉室放在眼里。最终，曹丕篡夺了献帝的皇位，成为了魏国的皇帝。汉朝400年的历史就此衰亡。
So they put these two separate, but in fact we're about to read about a series of events that followed pretty rapidly on the heels. Well, no, not to look at the date. I guess it was over a year later before it happened. But in the novel, they kind of one happened and then the other immediately happened. But let's check out what I'm talking about with the rise of shu-han.
收到献帝被废的消息后，刘备日夜悲叹。诸葛亮等家臣提出，应该由刘备登上帝位。即在诸葛亮等人的费心劝说下，刘备也终于下定了决心。成为就在此时，张飞遭到了部下的暗算，而凶手则逃亡到了吴国。刘备复仇的念头已经不可阻挡了。
And here we come with this. So, yeah, that's basically how it rolls. Ironically, the terms Weiwu and Shu really can't be used until after the death of Guan Yu. So Guan Yu is considered one of the greatest heroes of Shu, but in fact, Shu is not even a thing. He's just fighting for Liu Bei. When Cao Cao dies, and again, in the novel, in an attempt, and I think Lu Jun might be the one, or maybe it's Zhuge Jin, but one of Sun Xuan's strategists has the idea, package up, after Guan Yu's captured and executed because he refuses to serve Sun Xuan, they say, well, okay, honor him by burying, honor him, or no, sorry, I'm getting this wrong. They pack him up and they ship his severed head off to Cao Cao as a gift. And the idea is, like, hopefully when Liu Bei hears that Cao Cao has the head of Guan Yu as a trophy, maybe that'll redirect his rage. But it arrives, and Cao Cao, they tell Cao Cao that's what it is, and Cao Cao's like, huh, yeah, I wasn't born yesterday. I know exactly what they're trying to do. Have Guan Yu's body buried in a coffin made of fragrant woods with full honors as a hero. And when Liu Bei hears of this, he'll continue to want to take out Sun Quan and not me. But there is a brief moment where he has this box with the head of Guan Yu in it, and he opens it up, looks at it, and smiles, and says, "It's been a long time. How have you been since we last met, General?" And then in the novel, suddenly the eyes of the severed head of Guan Yu glow with supernatural light, and Cao Cao collapses and takes a turn. And its attendants rush him off, and thus that is the fearful power of Guan Yu's spirit. Bottom line is Cao Cao was dying of, I think he had an aneurysm. But yeah, no, Cao Cao was dying of natural causes at that point. And when he dies, Cao Pi, it doesn't take very long for Cao Pi to usurp the emperor and establish the state of Cao Wei, posthumously naming Cao Cao, his father, as the first emperor of Wei, which is not uncommon to go back and name the ancestor. Because there's a lot of talk in the novel, but why does Cao Cao obviously has no intention of serving the Han loyally. He's doing everything to build up his own power. Why did he never usurp and become emperor? And it's because people argue different things, but apparently Cao Cao cared what the world thought of him more than Cao Pi did. That Cao Pi, by stealing the empire for himself, but naming Cao Cao posthumously as the first emperor of Wei, was trying to get the honors without having to suffer the the ignominy of being a usurper, etc., etc., etc. When Sun Quan, they don't cover it. Maybe it happens after, but Liu Bei is talked by his vassals, including Zhang Fei, who's still alive at this point, want him to become emperor, to restore the Han, and he does so in order to destroy. Now that the the Cao clan is no longer even pretending to support the emperor, he declares himself the true emperor of Han, which is why Shu is sometimes referred to as shu-han. Wei is called Cao Wei, and then Wu is called Eastern Wu for some reason. Sun Quan, I think it might be after this next battle, or maybe it happens at the same time and the game doesn't bother to talk about it. He declares himself emperor around this time, although initially he was loyal to Cao Pi, and he declares Sun Jin and Sun Ce before him, as posthumously declares them emperors of Wu. But next time, folks, the die has been cast, the path has been set. Shu is headed for ruin because they are, even though in theory they're supposed to be about restoring the Han and conquering Wei, the usurpers of the Han throne. Personal vengeance has consumed Liu Bei, the man of virtue, and he turns all the resources of his kingdom towards a destructive attack against Wu. Zhuge Liang has fallen out of favor because he doesn't support it. And the brilliant Lu Jun is the one who is going to try to save the kingdom of Wu. Yiling in flames. Filled with sadness and anger for the loss of both Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, Liu Bei marches against Sun Quan, leading an army so great it makes the lands shake. On the other side, Sun Quan, ignoring all protests of his advisors, appoints Lu Jun as his commanding officer. The fate of the Sun is entrusted in the hands of a nameless young man. And they make a big deal of that in the novel, too. He's young and he's not respected by people like older leaders like Zhou Tai and Huang Gai, who are still kicking at this point, don't really know what to make of this young Lu Jun, but he certainly proves himself well. I'll be interested to see how difficult this is, because the last couple of these have been really quite nasty. This will be the last one we have before we get into a series of 2 that are both about Shu trying to finish off Wei. And these, I imagine, are going to be just brutal. Because Zhuge Liang, and in particular Jiang Wei, were under-resourced and just fighting against a political power that no longer wanted to be involved in war, just desperately trying to make something happen, badly outnumbered. It's going to be a bad scene. But we will see that later. First, we have to defend the Kingdom of Wu that we just got done, like, stomping all over. Now it's time for the Kingdom of Wu to use... At least we'll get to use fire attacks. I love fire attacks. I have a feeling this is going to be a story mode that involves us being outnumbered by a lot to burn our problems away. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm glad this didn't take quite as long as the Zhang Fei one did. And hopefully I'll take at least one crack at Yiling in Flames before I give up and start looking for people to help me on the interwebs. But stick around. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.